Success is a very lonely road. Nobody tells you that part. They show you the finish line, they show you the money, they show you the applause, but they never show you the silence. They never show you the nights where you walk alone. No validation, no encouragement. Just you and your shadow. And the truth is, very few people are willing to endure what it takes to be great. The pain, the sacrifice, the discipline. Most people quit long before they ever understand what success really demands. You see, when you decide to rise, you automatically separate yourself from the crowd. The higher you go, the fewer people you'll see beside you. Not because you're better, but because you're willing to suffer longer. This journey is an uphill battle, and as you climb, you won't see many friends. You'll see something else instead. Your shadow. That shadow follows you early in the morning when everyone else is still asleep. It follows you at night when doubt gets loud and excuses start whispering. That shadow is the reminder that this road was never meant for everyone. Along the way, you'll notice something uncomfortable. You'll see the ones who tried and failed. You'll see the remains of broken dreams. People who once had ambition but didn't have endurance. And that sight, it shouldn't scare you. It should fuel you. Not because you're better than them, but because you've already gone further. And understand this clearly. You're not trying to get further than other people. You're trying to finish. Finishing is rare. Finishing is painful. Finishing requires becoming someone most people don't recognize anymore. And here's where it gets even harder. When success starts to show, people will change. Some will love you. Most will hate you, not because you did something wrong, but because your progress reminds them of everything they quit on. Your success exposes their regret. It forces them to remember the goals they abandoned and the effort they refused to repeat. So they criticize. They doubt. They distance themselves. That's part of the cost. If you can't handle being misunderstood, you're not ready for greatness. Now let me ask you something real. How do you know you're on the right path? Because when you're walking alone, with no applause, no trophies, no titles, doubt hits hard. You start asking, is this even worth it? Am I wasting my life? Why does this feel so heavy? And here's the truth. It's not the title that makes you. It's not the success that defines you. It's your character. Character is what shows up when nobody's watching, when there's no reward, when there's no guarantee. That's where champions are built. That are your free hour. Championships are not won on stage. They are not won in the spotlight. They are won in empty rooms. In 5 a.m. mornings, in rain-soaked runs when everyone else is asleep. They are won in repetition, in boredom, in discipline. The heart of a champion is not a switch you turn on for attention. It's always on. It doesn't care who's watching. It doesn't need applause. It does the work. Because your name is attached to it. Every time. No excuses. And here's the part most people don't want to hear. You were born in the dark. Shaped by it. Molded by it. Pain didn't break you. It trained you. Some people grow up comfortable and become soft. Others grow up in chaos, in struggle, in survival mode. And that darkness, it becomes their advantage. Because when things get hard, they don't panic. They've been here before. They've practiced in the dark long before the lights ever turned on. But here's the danger. Some of you forgot where you came from. You got a little success, and you lost your hunger. You got comfortable. You got soft. Success didn't strengthen you. It weakened you. And now when life challenges you again, you hesitate, you quit, you surrender. But understand this. You didn't survive pain just to be fragile now. You didn't endure hardship just to stop fighting. Pain is not something to escape. Pain is something to recycle. Every scar, every rejection, every moment you thought it was over. Use it, you're already in pain anyway, so do something with it. Let it push you forward, let it sharpen you, let it remind you who you really are. Some of you have been knocked down by life. You saw the blood. You felt the impact. And for a moment, you wanted to stay down. But hear this clearly. Sometimes in life, you don't just survive, you hit back. Not with anger, not with revenge, but with relentless effort, with discipline, with refusal to quit. They're not going to hand you success. They're not going to put it on a platter. If you want it, you earn it with sweat, with tears, with sacrifice. Nothing valuable is ever on sale, and neither is greatness. Here's the truth nobody wants to accept. Pain alone does not make you great. Everyone feels pain. Everyone struggles. Everyone fails. But not everyone uses it. The difference between a winner and a loser is not that one avoids failure. They both fail. The difference is one gets back up again and again and again until life finally gives way. That's discipline. Discipline is choosing the hard thing when nobody forces you to. It's waking up when your body says no. It's continuing when your mind screams stop. It's staying committed when motivation disappears. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is structural. Motivation fades. Pain stays. So the ones who win are the ones who learn how to build discipline out of pain. Most people don't quit because they can't succeed. They quit because success takes too long. They quit because results don't come fast enough. Because nobody notices early. Because effort goes unrewarded at first. They look around and think, is anyone else doing this? And the answer is no. That's why it works. That loneliness, that silence, that's the filter. Only a few pass through it. Understand this. When you're on the right path, it won't feel right. It will feel uncertain, uncomfortable, heavy, because the right path is designed to change who you are. If the road feels easy, you're probably walking with the crowd. If it feels isolating, you're probably walking toward purpose. Here's something most people never realize. Success doesn't just test your strength, it tests your character. Because as you rise, life will give you opportunities to cut corners, to cheat the process, to become sloppy, to do things halfway, because it's good enough. That's where most people fall apart, not in hardship, but in comfort. They stop doing the little things right. They stop respecting the process. They stop acting like their name matters. And slowly, they lose their edge. Champions don't turn discipline on and off. They don't work hard only when someone is watching. They don't give effort only when there's applause. Their standard is internal. If their name is attached to something, it gets done right. Every time. No shortcuts. No excuses. That's not perfection. That's identity. And let's talk about identity, because this is where pain becomes powerful. When you grow up and struggle, you don't have the luxury of being careless. You learn early that actions have consequences. You learn that effort matters. That discipline keeps you alive. That environment, as harsh as it was, built something inside you. It gave you tolerance, perspective, resilience. You didn't just experience pain. You adapted to it. You were trained by it. That's why when things get dark again, you don't collapse. You've been here before. Darkness doesn't scare you. You practiced here. While others panic under pressure, you focus. While others complain, you execute. Because pain didn't weaken you. It calibrated you. But here's a warning. If you don't consciously use your pain, it will quietly turn into bitterness. You'll start blaming. You'll start resenting. You'll start seeing the world as unfair. And the moment pain becomes an excuse, it loses its power. Pain only works for you when you turn it into discipline. When you say, well, I went through this, so I will not waste my life. Some of you listening right now have forgotten how hard life once was. You've gotten comfortable. And comfort is dangerous. Comfort dulls hunger. Comfort softens edges. Comfort convinces you that you don't need to push anymore. But remember this, you didn't survive chaos just to live average. You didn't endure rejection just to settle for convenience. That pain was not random. It was preparation. Life will knock you down again. That's guaranteed. You will get hit. You will bleed. You will doubt yourself. And in that moment, you have a choice. Stay down or hit back. Not emotionally, not impulsively, but strategically, with consistency, with discipline, with relentless action. Because success is not given. It's earned. Nobody hands out greatness. Nobody discounts excellence. The work costs too much. It costs comfort. It costs time. It costs energy. It costs excuses. And most people are not willing to pay. That's why most people never arrive. You, however, were born in pain, which means you already paid a price most people couldn't survive. So don't waste it. Use it. Build discipline from it. Build identity from it. Build a standard that never shuts off, because the world doesn't need another quitter. It needs someone who knows how to suffer and still move forward. At some point in life, you realize something important. Nobody is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you a breakthrough. No one is going to apologize for your past. No one is going to give you closure. And the moment you accept that is you stop waiting. Waiting is where dreams go to die. Strong people don't wait for perfect conditions. They move in imperfect moments. They rise in silence. See, the strongest transformations don't make noise. They don't announce themselves. They don't beg for attention. They happen quietly, daily, relentlessly. While the world is distracted, you're working. While others talk, you execute. While others complain about life, you build something out of it. That's how real power is formed. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. Not to the people who doubted you. Not to the ones who left. Not to the ones who underestimated you. The need to be seen is a distraction. Let your results speak. Let your consistency answer questions your mouth never will. There will be days when nobody notices your effort. Days when progress feels invisible. Days when the wait feels unfair. Those are the days that separate legends from the forgotten. Because most people only show up when they feel inspired. But the ones who win show up when it hurts. That's the edge. Remember this. Life doesn't reward potential. It rewards execution. You can have talent. You can have intelligence. You can have big dreams. None of it matters if you don't show up consistently. Execution is the language of winners. Everything else is noise. You've already been tested by life. You've already survived things that would have broken others. You've already proven you can endure pain. So stop questioning yourself. Stop asking if you're strong enough. You are. What you need now is direction, and direction comes from discipline. There's a version of you that exists on the other side of this grind. Stronger, calmer, sharper. That version doesn't complain, doesn't explain, doesn't seek validation. That version understands something simple. Respect is earned, not requested. You don't earn respect by talking. You earn it by showing up. Over and over again. By doing what you said you would do. By keeping promises. Especially the ones you made to yourself. Self-trust is power. And every time you quit, you break it. So stop quitting. Pain will visit you again. Doubt will return. Fear will knock. That's not a sign to stop. That's confirmation you're moving in the right direction. Easy paths don't build strength. Resistance does. You weren't born to be comfortable. You were born to be capable. Capable of pressure. Capable of sacrifice. Capable of carrying responsibility without complaining. That's what pain prepared you for. Some people get knocked down and stay there, telling stories about how unfair life is. Others get knocked down, get up bleeding, and say, "Good, I've been here before." Those people become dangerous, not because they're angry, bowed, but because they're disciplined. And one day, without announcing it, without warning, people will notice. They'll ask what changed. They'll wonder how you did it. They'll say you got lucky. Let them. Luck is just discipline people didn't see. You don't need revenge. You don't need validation. You need focus. You need consistency. You need to keep moving forward even when it feels pointless, especially when it feels pointless. Because success is not a moment, it's a result. A result of thousands of decisions made correctly when no one was watching. That's how champions are built. In the dark, in silence, under pressure, just like you. So remember this when the road gets lonely again. You were born in pain, but that pain didn't come to destroy you. It came to shape you. It came to train you. It came to turn you into someone who doesn't need applause to keep going. Stay disciplined. Stay hungry. Stay quiet. And when the time comes, don't explain. Just arrive.